Russell Smith, the British referee. He had charge at North Harbour. And there's the kick-off. Second test. 78th test match. Was there a mistake in goal? If there was, it was allowed to go. Ridge. Pummeled into the ground by Tallis. Big hit. Now Vanganar. 3 green and gold jerseys hit him simultaneously. Pongia. There's another good tackle. Down low from Darren Britt. Kearney. 2 of them take him. Langer was in it. Webke, Jason Smith. They've made it out to the 30. Very physical start from the Australians. Lockyer had a dismal test match in the first. And he's lost the ball, and it's a penalty. One of the Kiwis trampled back across Lockyer. I think it might have been, I was about to say McCracken, but it wasn't McCracken, it was this fellow, Logan Swan, to the 30-metre line. Eru takes them down the blind with Kearney's run, ending on the 40-metre line. Webke in defence, prominent with Jason Smith, and another run from the dummy half position by Eru. He takes it to the halfway line almost, and now for Stacey Jones, who puts the kick down and bouncing towards the in-touch in goal. So back for the 20-metre restart for the Australians. Namu is on and Paul is off. Walters through to Renouf now as Australia work it out, and he's lost the ball. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's greasy or not. The ball control has to be tightened by both sides.
Very physical stuff here in defence on Steve Renouf, especially by Ruben Wiki over the top.
Well, I think Gene Namu has pushed that one out, but it's not the first time in this game. 5 handling errors in the first 8 minutes, and the New Zealand side stacking the left-hand side, the winger coming in, Sean Hoppy. Plenty of numbers out there.
Namu across, picking up a second man run. It was Ridge back for Barnett, puts the hip into a mistimed tackle from Walters, and Renouf cleans up on the 20-metre line. Now Swan, just outside the 10, Darren Smith doing the defence. Eru away for Jones. Jones inside for McCracken, and McCracken takes a buffeting from the Australian defence, and then they put him on the ground heavily, and Russell Smith says play on. The player is on the ground in a lot of trouble. Ridge has gone up and spoken to the referee.
Conversation there between Quentin Pongia and Gordon Tallis. I think Tallis was the man responsible for the tackle. Matthew Ridge having his say now to the Firebrand second rower. You see here McCracken, he's hit low by Johns. Tallis comes in, lifts him up, and it was an awkward drop. As he was being driven, she bounced off Darren Britt. Still looked dangerous.
Steve Roach, a comment from you.
Yeah, the Kiwis are really trying to intimidate the Australians in defence. That's great play there from Gordon Tallis to get stuck into these Kiwis. That's what we need to do, otherwise they will intimidate us.
Kearney, McCracken is staying on. Vanganar, and forced back by the Australian defence. They're 10 metres out, right in the centre on the last. Pongia, nice ball work, and then Wiki is put away. Turnover.
Well, the Kiwis opting not to kick on the last tackle there. Ruben Wiki tackled only a couple of metres out. I've got no doubt that should have been a penalty against Gordon Tallis.
I can't believe the referee didn't come in and say something, Peter. It happened in full view of him.
And I think the Kiwis might think, well, is that the way we're going to play tonight? Well, let's give it back to them.
Well, the thing was he was lifted above the horizontal, and that is a penalty.
What's the story on Robbie Paul, Steve?
Yeah, he got a knee in the groin. He's just trying to get his breath back. He'll be back on the 5/8.
McCracken putting a shoulder into Darren Britt, avenging the incident a couple of minutes ago, partly. Webke ruffled up there by McCracken again. The Parramatta forward is not happy. Walters pulled down, halfway line by Iro. Jason Smith, and an offload for Britt, and again McCracken comes in. He's been a part of 3 tackles consecutively. Langer taking some steam out of it now with a well-judged kick, and Barnett brings it away. Renouf, and over the top Tallis. He's not slacking in off Tallis. Then he comes in over the top in a third-man tackle.
I know you could probably say it about most positions covered out there tonight, but what about the class on the wings? Hoppy and Barnett for New Zealand, class finishers, Brasher and Wendell Saylor, 2 outstanding ball runners. A great battle out there on the flanks. As New Zealand tackled 28 out, that's young Kalis playing the football, his first touch in tests.
Ball went forward apparently from the dummy half to Quinton Pongia.
It's good stuff though, very physical game. In the old style of School of Rugby League. Crowd's enjoying it, we're enjoying it, bit of blood.
Johns Langer. Langer's got Thorne outside him, cuts him out, finds Lockyer. Lockyer taking a buffeting from the New Zealand defence. 15 from the line. Good opportunity. Brasher, Langer, Britt then for Price. And Price hit around the head and put away. Kearney was high. Johns on the 10-metre line. Langer puts a little grubber in. Oh! Logan Swan has hung an arm out. Referee hasn't reacted, but the touch judge has. This will be an Australian penalty.
Back off, Stephen. Stephen.
He's got the wrong bloke if he's got Kearney for mine.
You want number 13 for New Zealand.
Right, and he's done.
He's after Alfie's kicked the ball, it's come up high and it's taking him out of the play. He deserves a penalty where the ball landed.
He wasn't just committed to the
No,
tackle.
he wasn't committed to the tackle.
13! 13!
Alan Langer kicking early in the tackle count, no doubt about it, taken out, no damage done to Alan Langer, or as Alfie as the
What about
linesman
that?
call him.
Oh, what a little thing, but I would have thought the touch judge would have referred to him as Alan Langer.
12 out and 12 off centre. Lockyer, first points are there. Australia 2, New Zealand 0.
Brad Thorne just playing that football as Darren Britt gets one away. It's touch, so it'll be 6 again if Australia do clean up. They do so through Jason Smith. And Lockyer looking to find Darren Smith. I was just about to say, since coming on, Brad Thorne probably been the best meter man for Australia so far.
So now he's advanced the mark. Matthew Ridge has mouthed off, and he gave the penalty and then advanced the mark for back-chatting on Ridge. So Lockyer, well, under the captaincy of Langer, you're not sure. I would have thought Lockyer would take a kick at goal.
Yeah, he'll take the kick. It's now brought within range as we see Darren Lockyer getting some treatment there from Tony Iro. So with Darren Lockyer down and Andrew Johns on the sideline, all of a sudden the decision to kick for goal might change. Not change, they might not go ahead with that decision. Let's just have a look at this. Lockyer, he's taken high by Kevin Iro. Tony Iro comes in to help. It's a nice face massage. His head does hit the ground very hard. That's when the ball popped out.
Some spiteful stuff. Some roughhouse tactics in this test match. Tallis out wide. Slapped across the face as he's pulled down by McCracken and Wiki. Now Menzies. 10-metre line, New Zealand's end. Smith as the dummy half. Langer on the right. Puts the little kick in again. Walters to score. Kevin Walters. Referee Russell Smith will have a look at it on the video.
It's a planned move. Very, very close to pick it up from there, but I'm more concerned about whether he actually gets downward pressure on the football. I don't think he does. even from that bad angle. This will show it up perfectly. No try.
And the video ref has taken an age to give up that sign, no try. Kevin Walters was never excited about it. He was very disappointed. Sean Hoppy.
And just with Darren Lockyer being off, Tim Brash has moved back to fullback and Ben Ikens come onto the left wing.
Vangana just outside his own 30-metre line. Now Pongia hitting the attack back in behind the play the ball, looking for the markers to be missing in action. Eru, halfway line. We seemingly have been down their end of the park for a long time. Tony Iro, spun down by Kevin Walters. Now Ridge. A couple of the Kiwis that are chasing were in front of the kicker, but he's run the 10 metres anyway. Brasher. He'll be trying his damnedest to make hay while the sun shines back at fullback, Tim Brasher.
And I can tackle 26 metres out. Jason Smith with no Andrew Johns on the field slots into the dummy half roll. I'm not quite sure whether that will mean if there's a scrum, he'll go to hooker. The lock forward certainly going in to play the ball area.
Tallis straight up the centre, and Russell Smith is on top of it. And McCracken was waiting for him. And the verbal continues. Tallis got McCracken earlier with a tackle that we thought should have brought a penalty, and even probably more. And McCracken has been out there like a bounty hunter.
Well, here's a high tackle from Quentin Pongia. I think penalty will be sufficient, although we shouldn't say anything until I've seen it again. But he hung the arm out. The Australians have reacted. As Paul pointed out, let's hope that Russell Smith does keep this in check.
Pongia doesn't need any more blemishes on his record. It already reads pretty badly.
Yeah, that's just more careless than anything else. So
Johns, Langer, Walters cuts Thorne out and finds Darren Smith. 23 tries this year in club football. 10 metres from the line. Now Kearns. Hasn't he carried that Melbourne Storm wonderfully this year? Now Langer looking inside. Tallis will score. Gordon Tallis is over to score the first try of the Test match. Well, he's been in the centre of everything, and Gordon Tallis has picked up the rich reward of putting it over the line.
yeah, the inside ball here from Alan Langer just caught some tiring New Zealand defence. It comes to the left. They've got good numbers there. As we freeze it there, you can see this player put back onto his heels. The New Zealand defence coming across on the inside a little bit slow. And as the pass finds its mark, the fact that the New Zealand defender was still in Matthew Ridge allowed Gordon Tallis to slide on the outside and storm his way across. Alan Langer through the little dummy, straightened up, found Tallis, and Matthew Ridge unable to keep the second row from crossing the line.
And Andrew Johns, deputising for Darren Lockyer, converts Gordon's try and takes Australia now to an 8-0 lead with 13 to go in the first half. Johns. Thorne now. Struggling his way further down the ground. Both sides starting to tire, and there's more yards on offer. Walters looking around. To the right he goes to his captain. Then for Menzies. Slowly but surely getting wider. That's where he loves to be. Darren Smith. Langer. Putting that kick high. The chasers have got plenty of time. But you're dealing with Matthew Ridge back there. There's not too many better under pressure. Hoppy. Ridge. One of the great number ones of all time. Certainly one of the great goal kickers. Hoppy. That's Aiken in 4 to Renouf in 3. Completion rate. 16 out of 20, the Aussies. Not so good, the Kiwis. Penalty goes to the black and white side.
That's great stuff. 16 from 20. I didn't realise that it was going to be that high. Gene Namu comes up with a good kick. Lions touch, 42 out. And now New Zealand somehow have got to get some quality possession. They've got to get a couple of sets of 6 in a row. The penalty would help their cause as they've just received, but also maybe getting one into the in-goal area if they can get down close enough on the last tackle to give themselves a chance to build pressure. Good ball.
Good defence by the Australians. They anticipated. Aiken eventually shutting it down. And a determined run ending on the 20-metre line there for McCracken. Left, Jones, on, Namu, Kearney in. 22 from the Australian line. They lead 8-0. Now Namu puts a kick in. Brasher has to turn and chase and cleans it up. Good thinking by Gene Namu.
Well, the markers on that occasion made up the mind for Gene Namu. They split, went straight through, put the kick through. Tim Brasher deputising back at fullback.
Price. Ooh! Russell Smith not impressed with Vangana.
Go with I. We've got to get
He
it.
left the ground like a missile to wrap himself above the shoulders of the Australian ball carrier.
He's gone, Price. And this referee's got to take control. How long is he going to let them tackle high before putting someone in the bin? Now he calls out the skipper.
Alan.
Well, he's been playing with fire all game, this referee. There's been some cheap shots, and now we've got a boy absolutely and heavily concussed.
We've got a tackle there that's high. I'm not sure whether initially it's deflected off the shoulder, but we've certainly caught a man high. I'm putting it on report. I'll have a look at it later.
You take into account that he's...
That's part of the equation, Matthew.
See, this style of tackling has largely been acceptable in the old dart. Thorne. 25 away from the Kiwi line. They've still been unable to score points. Darren Britt. Big moment for him. One of rugby league's sloggers. Leads the way rather than follows. Renouf, 18 from the Kiwi line. Half-time about 5 away. Langer, Walters, quick pass. Oh, Lockyer with fresh legs has put it over the line. Beautiful try. The classic Brisbane Bronco combination. Langer, Walters, Lockyer. And Australia lead 12-0.
We've heard it plenty of times this season, haven't we? And that's Lockyer's first touch since coming back after that heavy tackle. It's the way he runs into the gap as we freeze it there. This defender, he's not sure where it's coming from. Lockyer straight into that hole. Certainly takes the defender unawares. No chance of covering it up, Stacey Jones. Not enough pace on the inside, McCracken.
As Lockyer from the 20-metre line, he's got this on line for another 2. The green and gold faces tell the story. 14-0. Kalis.
Spent enough time there.
Half-time, almost with us. And it's been comprehensive for Australia, at times uncomfortable, but comprehensive with 2 tries on the board. Rain getting heavier as Jones puts in a little kick, and Lockyer will bring it back to take the last tackle of the half. There's the siren in the background, and referee Russell Smith calls time with Australia 2 tries to 0 and 14-0.